And we have here some of the most extraordinary new products that are coming onto market. Amplifiers, loudspeakers, and the big signature Bob Carver sound. Now the loudspeakers are very interesting designs. They are a full line Source loudspeaker. You explained that at one point in time, that the speaker, you could think of it as a large series of candles stacked on top of each other with a mirror on the ceiling and a mirror on the floor. Explain that again.
Okay. These are infinite line sources is what they are. And an infinite line source in real life, of course, would extend to the heavens and extend down below the center of the earth. In practical matter, a line source goes from the floor to the ceiling and kisses the floor, kisses the ceiling. Think of the line source as instead of drivers in it like this, as having a bunch of candles, 20 candles from top to bottom, and that the floor is a mirror and the ceiling is a mirror, a polished mirror. And imagine looking at the bottom of the speaker, and you'll see that the candles go into the mirror and go down to minus infinity. And if you look up, the candles go higher. So you have an infinite number of candles. And the interesting thing about the candles that are in the mirror, they make just as much light as the real candles. The virtual candles make just as much light as the real candles. You can read a book by them, by that light. And the loudspeaker allows an infinite line source loudspeaker operates the same way. The drivers, you don't need a mirror though. The floor is a mirror for sound. And the thing goes down into the floor, goes down to minus infinity and up to plus infinity. And a line source speaker makes a very huge, very realistic soundscape and soundstage. Another layer on Harry Pearson's description of a proper soundstage. And he's right. When you listen to him, I feel like I've captured what he was talking about. Because the soundstage is immense, and yet it's the imaging within that soundstage is very pinpoint. And that's what I was striving for.
Now you've brought to market in 2012 this multi-ribbon array. And I understand that the ribbons are absolutely your original design. Tell us a little bit about how they came about.
It was right around the beginning of Sunfire. And I designed a ribbon to go with my cinema ribbons, and I needed somebody to manufacture it. So there was a company called Hi-Vi in China, and I went to them to design to have it built. And they said, well, that's great, we'll love to build it, and the tooling is a fortune. It was $45,000 for the tooling. I think it was something like that. So what we did is we made something called a joint cooperation agreement, in which if they paid for the tooling, they would be allowed to use it after a 2-year exclusivity period lapsed. And that was enough for me to bring them out and
to get them going.
And it's been great for me because I didn't have to pay for the tooling. I got beautiful work, and their engineers took the design to another level, which was better than mine actually. I was having trouble stopping it from buzzing, and they fixed that. They were very good guys, and that was how the cinema ribbons came about. Originally, I used them in my cinema ribbon, and now anybody can use them. And Hi-Vi is the manufacturer, and one of their clients and customers is Parts Express.
So that the man on the street, the do-it-yourself guy, who loves audio, loves to experiment, loves the smell of solder, is actually building with those ribbons your design.
Yeah, that's right. As you can see, there are a lot of drivers there. It makes a big, majestic soundstage that's unlike any other soundstage that's developed by point source speakers or small speakers. It's delicious in my mind. It has great front to back depth. The images go wider than the speakers, higher than the speakers, and it's very majestic and very low distortion because there are so many drivers. Each one's not doing much work individually.
Well, that's a great way of describing it. Good.
That's what a line source is, and there's a lot of mathematics behind it. I used to be smart enough to understand it, but now I can't.
I don't buy that one at all.
My computer does, though.
Well, thank you for describing line stage loudspeakers. Thanks.
Oh, you're welcome.